What's going on, folks? This is Irrational Wrestling Mark, also known as Irrational Wrestling Viewer, and I'm back at again with another wrestling video discussion, wrestling talk discussion. We're going to be talking about Natalya, and I think that the WWE is blatantly burying Natalya right now. Now, Natalya has been a long tenured female wrestler. She's probably the longest employed women's wrestler in the company, and I believe she debuted in 2007 or 2008. But she's been with the company for a very long time, and for the most part, she's been disrespected. She's been very disrespected in terms of how she's booked. She does not get a lot of attention. She don't get a lot of praise. She's not put on the same level as an Asuka, as a Charlotte, as a Rhea, as a Becky, as a Ronda. They don't look at Natalya on their level at all. Now, for the most part, I know a lot of people are kind of whatever on Natalya, but you cannot ignore that this woman is very, 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 very talented. You can't ignore that she's very talented inside the ring. I mean, she is Bret Hart's niece after all, so why wouldn't she be talented in the ring? But it's kind of interesting on how they treat Natalya, because I feel like it's based off their history with Bret Hart and their whole, you know, their whole beef with the Hart family. I think that's well documented. The things that, the problems that they had with Bret Hart in the past, and Martha Stewart with Owen passing away. Martha Hart, Owen's wife, and the passing of Owen Hart, and overall just really not treating the Hart family like with much respect. Like they don't really respect the Hart family. You can kind of tell they don't, in that they don't put them on that pedestal that they do other wrestling families and other wrestling legends. And I feel like that's really how Natalya is. That's pretty much the way she's treated. That's how it's based off, is the problems that they've had with Bret Hart in the past. And it's almost like they've taken it out on Natalya for the most part. And you can clearly see that Natalya is disrespected every time. Like she's a real women's wrestler. Instead, she's treated below that. And she's not put on that pedestal like an Asuka, like a Charlotte, like a Rhea, like a Becky Lynch. When she should be put on that level. She should be put on that level as those other women. But she's always put in a spot to where she got to put other women over constantly. Barely gets any shine, barely gets any real momentum. And for the most part, she's always booked to lose. every time. Now, and what they're doing with her and Rhea, for the second time, they didn't give her a proper match with Rhea Ripley at all. They had her lose to Rhea in 70 seconds. And then on Raw, they didn't even give her a match with Rhea. They just had Rhea attack Natalya, lay her out, and then she went about her business. She went out the ring. So what are they trying to do with Natalya? Like, why are they blatantly trying to bury Natalya? Because that's what it is. That's what I'm seeing. Any babyface that loses to a heel in like 70 seconds, like less than a minute, and then and it's also because it's also that you look at this at her as very talented inside the ring, especially her being so talented and skillful in the ring. It's kind of like she shouldn't be booked that way. But because this is a WWE, they have a track record of not taking Natalya seriously. You would feed a jobber to Rhea Ripley in less than a minute, not Natalya. You don't have Natalya lose to Rhea Ripley in less than a minute. And then we're expect to buy into her being a competitive challenge to Rhea Ripley the second time. You expect us to be, cheering for Natalya to beat Rhea Ripley because why? You know what I'm saying? When she lost to Rhea Ripley in 70 seconds the first match. So there's no reason to even do a second match because you done already told us that Natalya is not of competition to Rhea Ripley. That Natalya is just mincemeat. That she's not on Rhea's level. But you're doing it in a way where she's getting squashed like a jobber, and that's not how she should be booked. The least they could have did was give her a competitive match with Rhea Ripley, book her as a threat to her championship. So if they do eventually face off again, um, there's no reason to believe that Natalya could win. Like, if you're looking to if you're looking to cheer for the babyface, then you're just wasting your time. When the babyface was booked to be a loser and booked to be a nobody, right? There's no reason to cheer for Natalya because you know she's going to lose. So, do they do a third match at Money in the Bank? I mean, they do a third match. What's stopping Rhea Ripley from attacking Natalya again? Before the match even begins, lays her out, and then pins her for the 1, 2, 3. What's stopping her from doing that again? But instead, right now, they're being lazy, and they're just looking to bury Natalya once again, but also they're being lazy with not booking strong contenders for Rhea's World Women's Championship. They're not doing a good job of building up threats for Rhea Ripley. Who is Rhea going to face? There's nobody for Rhea to face. So, in return, her title reign will will ultimately suffer because she doesn't have strong challengers to face. She could be facing Raquel Rodriguez. She could be facing a Candice LeRae. She could be facing Piper Niven, a Nikki Cross. She could be facing who else? Indy Hartwell. Whoever. Personally, I would like to see Beth Phoenix and Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship in the future. I think that would be a banger, and not just that. That's a one-on-one match that we never got to see with Beth and Rhea. Beth and Rhea never got their one-on-one match. You just saw them in a mixed tag match at Elimination Chamber back in February, but we never got a one-on-one match. Maybe that's what they're setting up here. Maybe that's why they're booking Natalya in a way to where, you know, they can set up that Phoenix return and then challenging Rhea for the women's championship because her and Natalya are, good friends. So that would make sense, but I don't think they're going to be doing that. That just sounds too logical. You know what I'm saying? That's too logical for them. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think that the WWE is burying Natalya blatantly? And do you think it's because of their history with the Hart family and them disrespecting the Hart family and their beef with Bret Hart? Going all the way back to the Montreal screw job. Who knows? But how they're treating Natalia is very poor. You know what I'm saying? It's very poor. She obviously deserves a lot better because she is very talented and she can go. You know what I'm saying? And if we're being honest here, and nobody's going to ever say this, but I'll be the first one to say it. But Natalia has actually given Ronda Rousey her best WWE match ever. That's right, I said it. Natalia has given Ronda Rousey her best match in WWE. You go back to Money in the Bank and you watch their match. It was easily one of Ronda's best matches. You know, it was a it was a it was a stray away from the original Ronda Rousey routine match that they kept doing before when she was a babyface. They just had her do a slam, some clothesline, some tackle, some hip toss, and then a Judah throw, and then an arm bar, and that was it. With Natalya, we got to see them actually wrestle. We got to see them actually wrestle and pull off some cool counters back and forth, very competitive, and it was a very good match. And Natalia got that out of Ronda. So you may disagree with that. That's fine. That's my opinion. I think Natalya gave Ronda her best match ever, and nobody else was able to do that with with Ronda. You know, so overall, man, they're treating Natalya like crap, but we're not surprised because Natalya has been treated badly since day one. She's never been truly valued, never been respected as much, and you know, there's really no point in doing another match with Rhea and Natalya. Especially if Natalya is going to get squashed, attacked, either of those two. There's no point in trying to do a competitive match with Natalya and Rhea going forward. You gotta give Rhea Ripley different challengers. You gotta start building up other women on the roster as strong challengers for Rhea Ripley. So yeah, man. With that being said, this is the Rational Wrestling Mark YouTube channel, also known as the Rational Wrestling Viewer. Like the video for the algorithm. Subscribe today, and more videos are to come. And I'm out. Peace.